Hi guys, and let me introduce you to the hexblade. I'm going to be explaining all about how I went about doing this, but before I do that, I had a request to measure the bane blade, and I'll just tell you that now. In this dimension it's 14 centimeters, and this dimension it's from there to there, it was 19 centimeters, but from track to track it is, sorry, in centimeters, 22.5 centimeters. Hope that helps. Okay, so anyway, this version of the tank is the Stormlord. Now I've done a lot of magnetization work from this, and just to quickly go over how I went about this, I had a message from Creeb33 when I had this commission, and he sent me over a link to Blue Table Painting, and they'd done one of these. Two problems with that video, apart from the fact that it was awesome, the fact that they'd done one, was the quality was really poor, so I couldn't see what they was doing. And secondly, I think Sean likes to keep his cards close to his chest, and he doesn't like people knowing how he goes about doing things. He treats everything as a business, which is fair enough, it's his right. So you couldn't really see how exactly they did it. But anyway, I did a bit of research, and I come across a guy called Chef 40k, and he did a hexblade as well. So I used some of his knowledge, and I changed a few things, and I'll go over that as I'm talking over it. But first of all, I put magnets in these turrets here, the Lascan, and the good news about these is if you cut a tiny bit of this peg off when you pop it in, you'll be left with a recess, and it's about 3mm wide. So if you've got a 3B2 or a 3B1 magnet, you can stack a few in that hole there without doing any drilling. And same goes for this part of the tank here. They'll go straight in, no messing. Easiest magnet work on the whole tank. So yeah, that's that. Going over the hardest thing to magnetize on the tank, the heavy stubbers. I use 1B1s. Now I had these magnets a long time ago. It was a bad order on my part. I ordered them for some miniatures, and they're just not powerful for pretty much anything that I was doing. Just, you know, bad mistake, but they've come in handy now. Hopefully the camera will show you, but I drilled holes along this rail here, and it's very, very fiddly, and you know, it's not the nicest job in the world. You've got to be careful that you don't blow through the plastic to the front. I got nearly close to that. You might see some scar in there, but it's not blown through. Anyway, I stacked those 3 or 4 deep there, and then here they're stacked about 5 deep. So there's actually strength there, because obviously the magnets stack in depth wise. And if I turn it upside down, you should see that, you know, they're not coming off. Right, so that's that part. So let's get rid of the stubbers, I should say. We're going to the next bit. Now these huge Wumper Stomper magnets were given to me by 3000 White Dragon. So again, a huge thanks to you, buddy. You know I appreciate it. So these magnets, how I went about this, dry fit everything, guys. I made sure that the magnets fitting here would line up in this variant. Let's get rid of this plate. When it's in the Stormlord guys, and when it's in the shadowsword guys. And how I went about doing that is I put a tiny little mark there with a pencil, because I lifted it up slightly to see where the magnet was, put a little pencil mark, flipped it over, and then you know exactly where your magnet has to go to line up. And then when you move it forward to the other section, you do the same thing. You lift it up a little, you put a little pencil line to line it up, then you know your magnets go in there. Now I use green stuff on this, there we go, you can see under there, and super glue, and hopefully I'll go over that a little later on. Yeah, difference between what I did and what I've seen on the internet. Now most people I've seen put plastic rails down there, or metal rails. I think the best way to go about it is putting the rails right down the sides. It looks neater, but that's not the issue, because you don't see them anyway. But the issue is if you put them down the centre, they're only going to be glued from this area and this area, which is a weak bond. And secondly, if they're glued in the center, the plate's going to rock. But if you put them down here, this is sprue, by the way, cut off the shadow sword, so all the stuff you need is actually in the kit, apart from the magnets, obviously. So I use plastic glue all along the side there, underneath, and that bond there it literally welds it, plastic to plastic. With that type of glue, it welds the bond, so that's not moving anywhere, and it's solid. And also, because it's running along the side, when you plate, sorry, your plate goes down, it can't move one tiny little bit. Which brings me to the next point. People have been putting magnets in here to get it to stay on the rails. You definitely don't want to put a magnet in there, it will spoil it. And I'll show you why you don't need magnets. So let's just say, for example, we're going to put it in this guise. Because of the strength of the magnets here, when this locks in like that, that plate cannot come out at all. That's solid, and I'm shaking that tank. Which obviously, when it's all done up, I won't want anyone shaking it, but that just shows you the strength in that holding it, making sure the plate just will not come out. So definitely don't put magnets in that. And that's it really. So quickly going over the magnets in here. Now I put a large magnet here, and I didn't have to worry too much about the depth, because luckily everything fell into place with the magnets that he gave me. By putting the flat large one there and this, the distance was just perfect. So that's a 2mm in depth magnet, and this in depth is a, let's measure it, sorry guys, or say 4mm. Sorry, I'm looking over the camera, and you'll see, just pulls in, perfect. Shadow sword variant, or this, I haven't got the manual with me, so I don't know all the names of them, but there's different variants. So this is one of the variants. It's not the shadow sword variant. And how I went about this is just literally following the other magnets, but I put a Wumper Stomper in there again with some green stuff and some more for stability. What you will need to do is cut the plastic notch off that's there. The reason you need to do that is because it needs to follow this peg, and it works like a rail, so it'll follow that and it will just clip in, and it'll stop the play from side to side. The play you see there is because of the fit on the thing, but the actual thing here, it doesn't move. Right, so then you've got this that just fits in like so, which makes it the shadow sword. Okay, then you take this out. Sorry for the blue tack, but I've obviously got to treat that plastic to bulk it out, and I'll probably use varnishes to do that to make it a much stiffer fit. And then you've got this, and I've got to put a rod in here with a magnet that will fit down there. But again, that's the only other thing, and that's another variant. That's pretty much all the variants. What you'll find is, let's pop this back here. If it was a shadow sword variant, I've got it, had it wrong there, it would be like so. And this does not need magnets neither. You just glue that bottom part on, and you'll see me clip it in now. Go back there. We'll just pop the shadow sword in, because let's be fair, we all like big guns. Right, and again, nothing's falling off. Looks like I'm cheating there because I was holding that, but no, nothing's falling off. I want to put the awesome rear resin plate back on with the exhaust stacks that I was given by Creed 33. So that, in a nutshell, is it. Now, ever so quickly, I want to go over glue. Now, in the past, I used to use, you know, your cheap hobby store, Poundland, whatever type glue, and they all say stuff like extra strong super glue, best hold ever. But it's not until you struggle with a particular model and you just think, you know, there's got to be better out there. Now I know there's Zap glues and stuff like that, and there are awesome glues, but they can be quite pricey. I found this stuff. It's £2. I got it from a local Wilkinson. It's called Loctite. I'm going to do a quick experiment on camera. There we go. I'm going to put a squirt of this stuff. And then I'm going to put a squirt of this stuff. Let's just wish that around, because you'll say it's too wet and it's not going to dry. So I've got glue all over my fingers now, guys, so I hope you appreciate this. Alright, just to show you, I'm going to put some more there as well. Right, now I'm going to pop that there. I'm going to pop that there. Give it 2 or 3 seconds. That is bonded solid. I cannot move that off. I will literally be ripping it off. And I'm squeezing to my heart's content, just about pulling it. Now watch this one. And this has been sat there longer. Still nothing. No bond, no nothing. You know, I would have had to hold it there for ages. Now, when you're working with magnets, you need a good super glue. Reason being, because obviously when you start adding more and more to a vehicle, the magnets want to shoot off and attach to the other side of a magnet, because of the obviously magnetic force. It wants to clip on something, so you need a fast acting super glue, and you need a good quality one that's going to hold it there for a long time. So okay, you're looking at £2 for this and £1 for this. This one, the nozzle's going to clog up way before you get to use all your super glue. It's not going to do as good a job. It's going to make your life more difficult. This stuff, not going to clog up, and it's going to do a better job. Now, I'm not saying that you have to go out and get this brand, but what I'm saying is I do advise you getting a better super glue if you are using magnets, especially big, strong magnets like I've had to, you know, put on the hexblade there. So yeah, that's it. Just a quick shout out to all the lovely comments I've been getting recently about my ultramarines. They are on eBay, and I'm going to put a link below. So even if you don't feel like you want to bid on them and whatnot, I've got some wicked pictures up. Well, I think they are anyway. So please look at the description below. I'm going to put a link to the sale. You know, just watch it, see what happens. It might not go, you know, it might go for £1 million. No, it won't. But yeah. Yeah, so please check my eBay listing out, and thanks for watching, guys. It's probably going to be at least a week or two before I actually get any real significant work done on this, because I'm going to be so busy with work and whatnot. But I'm excited. I'm excited to get it all painted up and see what it really looks like. But I have some footage of me working on this, not much, but I might add it towards the painting side of the video. But if you've got any questions about how I went about the magnet work or anything like that, or the hexblade itself, you know, put the comments in the comments field. But thanks for watching, guys, and I will catch you on the next one.